Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. What I'm going to talk about is something that we all need to think about at some point in our life. Is what you believe in the truth? How do we identify and know what is the truth? Is the truth different for anyone and everyone? Because it certainly seems that way, or we wouldn't have all the hundreds of different religions out there. Now, this is Doreen Virtue. She was associated originally with the New Age and metaphysical communities. It's these people that believe that everything is within you. The universe, the power to manifest, the ability to grow, achieve anything you set your mind to is within you. And that you have the same powers as a divine, like you are God within. People like Rhonda Byrne, if you don't know who she is, she sold an award-winning book called The Secret, and she followed up with a book called The Power. Think of people like Eckhart Tolle. He's a man that Oprah Winfrey always brags about on her show in her magazines. People like Neil Donald Walsh, who wrote this book, Conversations with God. Neil Donald Walsh, all these people, they have a belief in this power that you're given as a human to create. One of my favorite metaphysical writers is a woman named Dolores Cannon. I like her way of thinking. It helps you think outside the framework of religion. Religion is organized to keep you in a box or keep you in a frame of thought that makes you believe what you are told, that that is the truth and that is the way. So that brings me back to Doreen Virtue and why I'm talking about her today. Doreen Virtue came across my feed on YouTube, and one of the things that kind of struck me as odd was that she was well known in this community, and she made a video clarifying that she's the one that coined the term angel numbers.
Hi, I'm Doreen Virtue, and before I was saved, I was the one who originated the whole concept of angel numbers. Not numerology, but angel numbers. I actually coined and came up with the phrase angel numbers originally in 2004. So as I'm filming this, that was 20 years ago.
Clearly, Doreen Virtue takes very good care of her health as well, because she looks amazing. But as I was saying, she's been known to work with other people in the New Age community. She's done this work for a very long time. She's written so many books, and spiritual healing and any of these related topics is her thing. So for her to come out in the recent years and say she's publicly announced her conversion to Christianity and renunciation of her previous New Age beliefs is very eye-opening to me. And it lets me think, should we be questioning what we're being taught in these communities? Or could she be somebody that was paid to now sway people back to religion because they realize so many people are coming into this New Age think? Now, obviously, immediately I wanted to go to ChatGPT and find out who coined the term angel number. AI will clearly tell you it's possible that she may have popularized the widely promoted term angel numbers through her writings and teachings. Again, Doreen Virtue, you can find all her books online. I thought immediately, my response was, well, girl, if you're preaching this stuff, why is your book still available? She says that she doesn't want these books up here. Now, mind you, she was touring with people like Neil Donald Walsh. So, I mean, I totally 100% believe she's authentically wanting these removed. And let me play some clips.
Well, maybe if enough people ask for refunds, they'll stop selling them. I keep asking the sellers, please stop selling my old products. They're demonic, they're spiritually dangerous.
There's a lot of people on my own account that I follow and I love that believe in angel numbers and seeing these numbers and, you know, gematria and tartaria, and totally get it. I believe that there's a lot of truth that has been hidden. That's why it's called his story. A lot of stuff that's taught to us, we don't know if it's true or not, because we weren't alive. We don't know. We don't remember. And if we were alive, we certainly don't remember. Many posts like this on her Instagram where, you know, on the New Age side, like I said, it's all about you. You're the king, you're the queen, you're God, you're goddesses, you're creators, master manifestors. And Christianity believes that everything relies on your faith in Jesus Christ. It means that you have no real control, that the only person that you can find your hope and trust and faith should be Jesus as King and Christ and Lord and Savior. I found very interesting that she said, and I've only listened to like maybe 2 or 3 of her videos so far, but one is she talks about to find peace, September 19th. She talks about all the different things you got to do just to find peace in the new age, astrology, checking your charts, balancing your chakra, on, manifesting, avoiding negativity, walking, doing yoga. I mean, it's so much. When Jesus just says, come to me, all who are weary and burdened, I will give you rest, basically. And this says Matthew 11:28. I'm sure there's different ways that this is worded. The semantics don't really matter here. It's the fact that this way of life and thinking seems easier.
See, God only knows one word. Yes. God has a very limited vocabulary.
Really?
God says yes, yes, yes. Yes to what? Yes to whatever you think, say, or do.
Doreen Virtue says that what Neil Donald Walsh was saying there is heretical. These things are destructive. That be careful of these people that are saying that you can have everything and do everything and receive everything, because they're the ones that are profiting, all right? She said, I believed through my writings that God spoke to me all the time, and I needed to write these things and share them with the world. I mean, and you don't have to go far. The internet is ridiculously covered in New Age think right now with aliens and manifesting and believing in all sorts of things that really does not set you free, as she stated with her belief system that the New Age, there's so much you have to do just to acquire this than just accepting Jesus Christ as your Savior and receiving his love and his gift of everlasting life. I was raised in Catholic religion, but I studied with people who are, Buddhists and people who are Muslim, just to kind of see what their religion is about. I'm always open to it. And one of the things that the Jehovah's Witnesses taught me when I was studying with them was that man is unfit to rule themselves. So even if you think it's inside you to be like God and you're God, you're unfit to rule yourself. Just look at the chaos that we've created for ourselves here on earth. No kingdom has ever lasted. All the kingdoms have failed. I want you to listen to another clip from Kenneth Copeland, because he's another person that teaches this. He gets talked to by God.
He said, Kenneth, I sacrificed my body for yours. He said, now you are sacrificing your body for mine. I didn't want to do that.
Of course you didn't.
But then I have a mandate before me. Should the Lord tarry, I will live and preach this gospel till I'm 120 years old.
As I was going home, the Lord, real quickly, he said, Jesse, do you like your plane? Now, I thought that's an odd statement.
When I tell you I laughed, do you like your plane? Really, God's going to ask you, do you like your plane? I don't think that's God talking to you, Jesse. Anytime I see them, I'm like, I don't know how people attend these things to believe in this prosperity doctrine, which is what these churches have all become well known for, making you tithe because this is the way to achieving great success. People buy into it. And I think she's also calling them out too, which is so funny because she's a Christian, but she's saying that a lot of these people use Christianity to get money out of you. I would say, all in all, whatever you believe in, really do it justice by studying it, finding out what it really is. Don't just go with the first video that you come across. Do your homework, do some research. There's even a lot of things that Dolores Cannon talks about that I go, okay, this is just starting to get it's a little too complex and a little too crazy for me. And, humans are small. It's like, I was reading my Bible just last night, and my daughter asked me the question, where did God come from? And I said, baby, I guess I would have to look that up. And really, if you look in the Bible just tells you that he is everything. He is the beginning, he is the end. I mean, it seems like a pretty vague answer, but if something is the beginning and the end, then they don't really need a creator because they're the beginning. They're everything. And one of the other questions was like, well, why is it taking Jesus so long to come back? And why hasn't he saved us? I don't remember where I saw this. it was online somewhere, but somebody was mentioning that the life cycle of like a grasshopper is like 52 days or something. I could be wrong, don't quote me on the exact day, but these insects have such a short lifespan. And to us, their little date is like, oh my God, you only get to live that long. It's just like your cats and dogs, right? They would probably be amazed that some of us get to live, not as Kenneth Copeland said in that video, 100, well, I'll be preaching this till I'm 120 years old. Of course you would, you heathen. But some of us will get to live to like 100. And that would be like a crazy number for a lot of these little insects. They'd be like, oh my God, 100 years, that's so long. And we think of it as short, right? And then there's some mammals and some creatures out there like turtles, I believe, that get to live hundreds of years. So time in itself is not something that we should just use to measure and say, well, he needs to hurry up and come back because, we've been waiting. God, if he's omnipresent, he's everywhere. If he's the beginning, he's the end, he has no time, no need to worry about time, then the thousands of years that you're waiting for Jesus to return is going to be like a blink. It's going to be like a second. Like you just literally he snaps his finger and he's back. Do your homework. Study with people who are well versed in this type of stuff. I know for me, Jehovah's Witnesses are really good at this. They're really good at explaining the Bible. They get a lot of heat. They get a lot of, people calling them names. And I truly believe out of all the religions I've actually read and listened to, they have a lot of truths and ways of explaining things that make sense. But I don't buy into the cult version of it. I don't buy into the aspect of, isolating yourself, kicking people out, not being forgiving, distancing yourself from people. If forgiveness is at the center of the Bible, right? Jesus tells us to forgive our neighbors and to love one another. That's probably the only aspect of that religion that I really truly have an issue with, and their belief that they're the answer and they're the way. Because I do believe that a lot of religions offer a lot of truths, a lot of insight. And I think Bible and all of the different books out there, especially the religions, they're all, to me anyhow, simply a way to get to the truth. And you just need to keep digging and just take your time and weed out all the things that just don't make sense. Like about her giving the example of why do we need past lives? Why do we need to keep coming back here if Jesus died for us? Then you would have to exclude Jesus altogether. But anyways, to all you fellow Christians, Catholics, people out there that are studying and trying to find the answers, I hope you find your answers. Have a great day. Think for yourself.